Yo, what is going on everyone? Hayden here coming back at you with a brand new video, and in this one I'm going to be breaking down step by step how to not only build an Instagram influencer shout out with the picture and video, but also how to structure the ad copy. Okay, so in a moment we're going to jump inside of my computer, go through, I'm going to pick a product. This video is not about product research, so we're not going to get too in depth with that. I'm going to show you guys the website, the free resource that I use to make all of my ads, exactly how I make it. I'm going to make 2 different variants for you, and then I'm going to go through and outline how I structure the ad copy. Okay, before we do that, there is going to be a really cool, fun announcement that you're going to want to pay attention to on Friday. So in 2 days from when this video is posted, make sure to check back on the channel because there's a resource that I've been working on for definitely well over a month, something that I got coming your way. So be sure to come back and check that out. But with that being said, you guys, let's jump inside of my computer and start going through this. Feel free to go back and watch this again, come back in a week, share it with a friend, it'd be much appreciated. But this is the type of stuff where you're probably going to want to come back. Maybe feel free to take a screenshot of the PowerPoint that I'm going through and creating right in front of you, because that is going to be an excellent resource for you. Let's get started. All right, so before we actually get fully in depth with this and start creating the ad, I want to make sure that you guys know that first of all, you have to have a good Instagram influencer, okay? You have to 100% without a doubt make sure that the Instagram influencer you're using is solid. I've made plenty of videos talking about how to pick influencers, how to filter them out, as well as how to negotiate the price, but you need to make sure that whatever ad you're putting out there gets in front of the right audience. So that's huge. Make sure that you actually have a good influencer. It's a very common mistake I see people make, okay? So you guys, this is a 2-step process. It's gonna be pretty simple. You gotta make the picture. Obviously there's little subcategories and steps that I'm going to show you inside of here under each of these categories, but you can make the picture or video, which I will touch on, I promise, because a lot of people keep asking about that, and the ad copy as well. So that's kind of the secondary piece to it. If we jump over to AliExpress that I have pulled up here, I've searched up dog bracelets. So let's just imagine we're going to be doing a free plus shipping, a classic free plus shipping offer on a dog bracelet. There's a few things we would do. Again, this is not a product research video, but you can filter by orders. Let's see what's moving. Let's see what's already selling. We don't want to take some of the most popular ones. We want to scroll down a little and find some for Instagram that maybe have 1,000 or less, few hundred that are kind of coming up there, okay? So let's take this one. We could take the love bracelets, any of these work extremely well, okay? You can make an ad on top of this that looks really good. We'll pull up this one and this bracelet, okay? This one has 628 orders, this one has 600, that's just fine. You can look, they got e-packet there. They've got pretty decent price, not too expensive, okay? So let's pull up, we've got this one here. One thing you have to think about, this has a watermark. Okay, you have to get rid of that. You're not going to be advertising an ad for your store where there is a watermark on there that means nothing about your brand. So you can grab a different color. One quick way to get around that is, first of all, Google it. You can Google the same product. You can just copy paste this name. Odds are you're going to find a ton of them that are really similar. So make sure it's exactly the same, because you don't want to mark it with a picture of a product that's going to be slightly different from the product they actually receive in the mail. Okay, so one little way that you can get around this is just scroll down. Oftentimes they'll put pictures in the descriptions without the watermark, okay? We're gonna try and find that white one just to prove it. Perfect, right there. Look at that. Let's just use the white one. All right, ready? I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna screenshot this. You can also Google it and just directly save it to your laptop, your phone, whatever you wanna do. I just screenshotted that. Okay, so we're just gonna run with this. I'm gonna go through and show you how to do it. The website I'm using to create this, it's completely free. It's absolutely beginner friendly, but I still use it. So it's great for stuff you're getting a little bit more intermediate or advanced. You can do both sides of the spectrum. So it's called Canva. Again, a completely free to use resource. I have no affiliation with it. If it was paid, I would 100% recommend it and plug an affiliate link. But this allows you to do everything. So you're gonna go in, I can't show you the main page because it shows a ton of my different ads for current ads I'm running, but you can pick Facebook post, Instagram ad, all of that, just so it gives you the proper sizing. This one right here is for an Instagram post, and then there's this one that's also an Instagram post just in case we want to do two. So we'll just jump here. I'm gonna hit upload. Again, I can't show you because it'll show current pictures of products, but I'm gonna upload that screenshot we took of this dog bracelet right here, this white one. We're gonna put it in there and then start making it. All right, so now that that's done, it's inside of here, you're gonna wanna make sure it's sized correctly. Now, if it's a product where it's a very professional, or like a professionally taken picture, where it's a completely white background, it's okay if you kind of put it in the middle because that white background blends in, right? It kind of blends in with the photo itself. This would look awful if you just left it like this. So you have to make sure you fill it up entirely, make sure it's a good looking post, and we also wanna leave room to write some text. So one of the biggest things I look at when I'm writing text is I look for contrasting colors. So right down here I see a darker color. That for me signals a great opportunity to put in some text, okay? So we're gonna do on here, they have a few different elements you can put in. There's text, all this different stuff we're gonna be using. Let's go over to elements, okay? You can hit shapes, you can search up different things. There's a search tool up here. There's a lot of stuff you can put in, okay? So I'm just gonna kind of scroll through and give you an example. You can use any of these. What I like to do is take one of these shapes and then write the text on it. Okay, I'm gonna show you multiple different variations of how you could set this up. We'll actually show you two. I'm gonna show you two of the best ones that I really like to do. So there's a few things you can do. You could take, let's just say, you could take this right here, all right? We're gonna make this a little bit smaller. You can resize it. Notice how the white doesn't pop out. It's not a contrasting color because the bracelet in the background up top is already white, and the silver looks kind of white. So it's a very white and black photo. That's good for us though, because if you hit this right here, you can actually change the color. So we're gonna make it red, and then to follow up with this theme, we're gonna go to text, we're gonna use a subheading. You can use anything you want, and we'll probably change the font. And then we're gonna use white text, okay? So remember what I said, this example of free plus shipping offer. We're gonna go ahead, change it from Troshi. One of the ones I really like to use is Alio, I believe is how it's pronounced, and you put it in bold so it pops out. It's a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger, and then we're gonna change the sizing on that as well. So we're gonna maybe make it 55. You could put free. There's a few different variations you could make. I like to make multiple different styles. You can do one like this where it's free and then says bracelet, a little bit smaller underneath it. You could leave that in any font that you desire. Let's see how this looks just in the regular Troshi font. Free bracelet. Honestly, this is the part of the game. It's finessing. You're gonna constantly be switching this a little bit. We're gonna make this one a little bit bigger, maybe 60, 67 in there. And we're gonna move this into the middle. Free. We can make this a little bit smaller if need be so it's not too crazy. I never like to have it be what I call loud. If it really pops out and it's kind of annoying, it's a little bit too much, okay? Oh, we should make this a little bigger. I just constantly finesse it. I make it a little bit bigger, a little bit different, just constantly changing and editing this because I'm going for the best, okay? Free, right there. Usually I like to say free bracelet. Let me show you a secondary way that you can make that. So right there, you could hit download and you could save this design. Free, you can put bracelet under, whatever you want. Let's just delete this. I'm gonna show you a secondary way that you guys can actually make this. All right, so we're actually gonna leave that for now. We're gonna go over to elements and we're gonna scroll up. We're gonna hit lines. I like to use lines a lot. And then this little bar, you see the thicker one right here? We're gonna use that. And you guys can put this at the bottom, make this a little bit bigger. And similar to the last post, we're gonna go ahead and actually make this red. I really like the color red. It's an action-based color. And so what you can do off of this is go ahead and put the text inside of there. All right, so add a subheading. We're gonna say free, and I'm gonna use this in two different text boxes. You're gonna see why in a second. We're gonna put this at, let's do it at 72. We're gonna change this one into Alio as well, just so we can get it a little bit thicker. And then we're gonna put this, you can kind of play around with different colors. I don't like to have too many different colors. White looks fine because it kind of fits the theme, all right? So free, right there, and then take another subheading, and this is where I'm gonna write bracelet, all right? Put a few exclamation points inside of there, get people excited about it, throw some energy. It's all about energy. Energy is everything. Free bracelet. We're gonna change this font to Alio as well, just so it kind of fits together. You know what, we'll see how this looks in bold. We're gonna make free a little bit bigger. I always like to make that word stand out because free is the best word that you can possibly use in your marketing. Okay, so you wanna make sure you can take full advantage of that. We'll move these a little bit closer. We'll make this one maybe 68. Let's do, that looks fine. Free bracelet, we'll kind of put these up here, make sure it's centered a little bit. Move this down. You can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to kind of make sure it's together. Free bracelet, that looks fine. You can make it a little bit more centered however you want, but that's a secondary style that you can use, okay? Now, one of the things you need to think of when you build off of this, you can make as many variants as you want. I constantly test, cut out stuff that wasn't working. More so, changing the ad itself comes once something's already working. Then I really like to change it to try and increase the conversions, so I make even more money. So that's one thing I really like to do. Usually the one that I make first, just due to experience, works, and then I try and make one even better on top of that. Well, the camera battery just died, but that is completely all right, you guys. I just popped in a fresh one. So that's essentially what you do when creating the ad itself. that's the picture. Before we go in and talk about the ad copy, let me just talk real fast about the video ad. Personally, if I'm gonna shoot a video ad, I'm going all out. I'm gonna hire a photographer. Thankfully, I have friends who can do it for a deal. I can hook them up with whatever, kind of that equal exchange of value. You can hire models, do whatever you want. I'm gonna wanna order the product and shoot that content myself. However, sometimes you're gonna be able to find a video that you can use on the internet, oftentimes YouTube. Just a quick Google search will reveal a video that you can use. If you're using it on Instagram, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. I think that you're not gonna have an issue with copyright. On Facebook, that's another story, even though videos is what you would wanna push on Facebook a little bit more so than Instagram. They work really well on Facebook. So that's one thing you can look at that. As for where to make it, any editing software. For me personally, I use iMovie or Final Cut Pro X. You guys can use that as well if you want. One of those is free, one of those is paid. So it's completely up to you on what you wanna do. I would just stick with pictures because they still work extremely well. As long as you make a good looking picture, like we just did over here, you're gonna be completely fine. Okay, you just gotta follow it up with the proper ad copy. So let's go ahead, let me show you a few key things on structuring that. First of all, the first step inside of here, I'm gonna kinda outline these lines. Hook, second, information, third, and it depends on how you want to structure this because sometimes the third line, or the third line, not lion, excuse me, the third line will still kind of be the information, but we'll just pretend like this is the third point, not the third line, like the third sentence. The third is gonna be you reiterate, re-loop, whatever you want to call it, okay? And then you go for the close. You could also call this the location, okay? So let me explain what each of these is. The hook, you guys, this is where you have to provide some sort of information. So let me just build off of this one we already made with the dog bracelet. Is your dog your best friend? Look, it says best friend right here. Some sort of, do you love your best friend? See where it says love? Boom. Do you love your best friend? If you're gonna ask a question, if it's a question, have it be a yes question. And you guys feel free to screenshot this. This is actually a good resource. If you're gonna ask a question, have that be a yes question because you wanna put your potential buyer in a buying mood. No is just a negative, no, I'm not, no, my best friend. Yes, positivity. You get them agreeing with you. You're finding a common ground inside of there. They're starting to like you subconsciously and they don't notice. Okay, so if you're gonna ask a yes question, just make sure it's a yes question, all right? Never a no. And you know that based on the targeting. So you're putting on a dog page, for this example with Instagram, you know people like dogs, all right? So that's a good question. You just have to get them interested enough to then read what you have to say for the rest of this. Information, this is usually a one sentence on the product. Our new handcrafted design just hit the shelves and sold out on our first drop, or this new bracelet made of an elastic band, or whatever this is, made of a real leather band with a stainless steel design or core piece, whatever you want. You gotta be creative with how you structure that. Give them a little bit of information on the product itself. You're gonna build off of that on the actual copy on your website, okay? In the product descriptions, that's where you expand off of that. Now, re-loop, this is where you reiterate, if I spell that right, whatever. Reiterate the offer, all right? You reiterate what you said in the picture. So right here, free bracelet. You say, claim your free bracelet, just pay shipping. Or for an example here, let me put this here. Claim your free bracelet, just cover, I don't like to use the word pay, just cover shipping, ... Boom, that's a prime example of what to do right there. And then the close and location, this is where it becomes different than Facebook. So Facebook, you would wanna put in the link, say claim yours here, put an arrow and then a link, okay? But on Instagram, it's not a clickable link. You guys, you can't do that. Pay attention, hello, wake you up. Boom, you cannot do that on Instagram, right? You're not gonna have a clickable link inside of there, so you're not gonna wanna do that. This is an Instagram shout out, so you're gonna wanna put the link in bio, and you're gonna wanna mention that. Just say something simple, like link in bio. Literally, that's it. People are gonna know what that is. They're familiar with Instagram. They've seen ads before. Link in bio, you reiterate. So let me walk you through this. You got them interested, you gave them some information, gave them more information based on the offer that you used in the picture, and then you told them where they can take action on it, okay? And even in this re-loop right here, you can say something along the lines of, since this is a free offer, giving away the next 25 bracelets for free. Okay, just pay shipping. That can be the close or whatever you want right here. Giving away. So that's some sort of information. It's incentive, it's urgency and or scarcity. So think about that. That's kind of just a few things on writing the ad copy. This is extremely important because this is the point in the process that is right before people go to your website. So they're leaving the platform that they were already on. They trust you enough to do that, to take that action. That's huge. So don't downplay that, you guys. Value your customer. You gotta make a fire ad if you want people to pay attention, because it's that picture that we just created, either of those you're gonna use. That's what they're seeing first, okay? They're scrolling through their feed, or maybe it's on a story post. However you structure it, that's the first point in the process that they're gonna see, all right? So think about that. Then from there, it's gonna be the ad copy, then they go to your website. So make sure that you have all 4 of those points: the hook, the information, the reloop, and then the close, okay? Where to get it, because then they're already interested, you get them even more interested, okay? If the picture doesn't interest them, they're not gonna read the copy, right? They're not gonna read that description you have. So just think about that. That's how you structure a winning Instagram shout out. That right there, you could literally go take that product, it was doing well on AliExpress, take that exact post, you could screenshot it or remake it yourself, because I just showed you how to make it, and you could pretty much use that exact ad copy and you're good to go. I'd honestly be curious, if someone's in the dog niche, go ahead and test that. Maybe some of you guys, I know some of you are in the dog niche, take that product if you already have it on your store and test it with that ad copy. Maybe that directly help you out with something that you're doing, okay? So let me know how your Instagram influencer shoutouts are going so far. I know a lot of people have been asking questions about that, so hopefully this answered that for you. If you did get any value, I would very much so appreciate it if you guys drop a like on the video, and of course, join the family, join the gang by hitting the nice looking subscribe button. And don't forget, you guys, on Friday, fun, very important announcement for all of you who watch my videos. I do appreciate all the support. I'm gonna keep coming at you with this content every single day, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Peace.